What's up, everybody? This is Ritz.
This is Jax.
That's Jax.
This guy.
We're going to break down the very first Smackdown Live pay-per-view. We are going to break down Backlash. We start off the night from Richmond, Virginia, in the Richmond Coliseum, with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan coming out to the ring and introducing us into the first ever six-pack women's challenge.
New era, same old shit. New era, same old shit. Before you go any further, did you see the sign when Shane walked up and it said "New era, same old shit"?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my god! Because it's true. Like, I understand the significance of you introducing it. I get it. Just get into the fucking match, man. Just, fuck's sake. Okay, go ahead.
So, we start off with the Divas, the women.
Yes.
Not Divas anymore. They're fighting for the women's championship, which looks really good.
That title looks...
SmackDown titles look good.
They look stellar. And I think it's because the Universal title is all red, and that rubs me the wrong way, but the women's title is white with blue.
Yes.
Just like the women's title on Raw is white with red. That's perfect.
Exactly.
It's simple changes.
And it's subtle, and it works.
Right.
So, fantastic match.
Beautiful.
Everybody got to do something, from the mini Tower of Doom.
Yep.
Naomi just launching herself off the top.
Yep. Alexa Bliss showing people up.
Yes.
Like, her athleticism was through the roof.
And it really depressed me that she went out first.
It didn't for me. It didn't for me because who else would you take out first? Naomi? Naomi's over with the crowd right now.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
And don't get me wrong, it makes sense.
Right.
From a booking side, but you get so invested and you're like, oh, I want more.
Yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad.
Bring the pretty blonde back.
I felt really bad because she came out like Harley Quinn style.
Yes.
And I was like, I wonder how many people were going to catch that. And I loved it. And everybody else that was there, between Becky, Carmella, Nikki, Naomi, Natalya, and her, it makes sense that she's the first one to get eliminated.
Yeah.
The only other person that I could see them doing that to would be Natalya, but that would be wrong of them to do that to her.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So.
Right. And then you have Carmella with the surprise of the night, I think. No. The way it was executed, I didn't see it necessarily coming that way. Like the quick roll up and everything like that. I was like, But it's going to keep that thing alive.
Yep.
Was it just me, or did it seem like the place was cheering Carmella for a while? Like, nobody's really behind her being a heel.
They're not behind her. Well, they're going to chant "How you doing?" regardless. The fact that, I think you discussed this, I don't think Carmella should have been called up quite yet. But the fact that they've pushed her in a direction, and they brought this up on What Culture, since we reference them all the time. SmackDown in particular, well, actually, I guess WWE as a whole, has actually started saying all or nothing with certain players, and I'm starting to really, really dig that. So now, they're all or nothing with Carmella as being a heel against a face Nikki, which, awesome.
Yes.
Now, I would have loved for her to tap out Nikki again, but the sneaky tactic of the roll-up, I'm cool with that. It makes perfect sense. I'm okay with it. And the fact that Carmella was in the final two. Carmella was in the final two.
She was. And for a second there, I thought Carmella was actually going to win because we talked about it on Spotlight. Becky really didn't have a whole lot of build.
Right.
Well,
I mean, she had build, but it was this, like, hero story to getting to the top.
Right.
And before I go any further into pay-per-view, I just want to say this pay-per-view, with the exception of one match, was stellar across the entire board.
Yes.
Everybody that should have won did win. And the way that they made it to where the story continues for people, beautiful. The fact that you have Becky, who fought the hero's trail that I discussed, hardcore, all the way up to now, to be a part of the final two, and then win the whole thing, and be the inaugural SmackDown Women's Champion, that's awesome.
That's perfect.
That's the perfect way to do it.
That's how you cement yourself in stone.
Right. It shows that all the work that you put in actually pays off. Like, we kept saying that she fell to the wayside, she's getting pushed back, the fans aren't necessarily behind her, blah, 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 blah. Then she gets drafted as the #1 lady for SmackDown, not making a lot of wins, and you're like, what the hell is happening?
Right.
And then it all builds up to this, where the fans are like, we want Becky to win, we understand that you're trying to help build up all this other talent, but we want Becky, since you drafted her first, to be our champion, and they let it happen, and it was beautiful. Absolutely,
it really
beautiful.
was. And just overall, the women put on a spectacle, and it was a lot of fun to see 6 women who, all in their own right, have something they can bring to the table for this women's division, and go out and showcase it on the. It was almost like a mini WrestleMania for SmackDown, if you think about it. Maybe not on the same caliber as WrestleMania, but it had that feel because it was the first.
If you put it on the curve, it does.
Yeah, it was that first one. There were a lot of moments where it just made the crowd feel good. I think Richmond was behind it all night long.
All night
I do want to stop. We jumped straight into the pay-per-view. I don't know how you watched it, but did you catch the intro that they did for September 11th yesterday?
I did.
Say what you will about anything going on right now in the country, with yesterday being the 15th anniversary of September 11th. Rather than doing something a little bit more traditional, WWE put out a statement that scrolled through the screen, and it was really good.
It was really good. Really, really good.
And it did set a tone, but it set a tone that was set back on September 13th.
Right.
When SmackDown went live from Houston. They were the very first public gathering of its kind since the tragedy of September 11th.
Yeah, it was good.
So it kind of brought that feeling of, and a lot of people don't even acknowledge it, that SmackDown met on the 13th.
Yep.
It was
the first public event after the attack.
A lot of people talk about baseball being the first, and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Not to take away from baseball, but
Take away from baseball. Baseball sucks. I said it.
Okay, you just pissed off half the nation.
Triggered.
So, that being said, we're going to jump back into the pay-per-view. Moving on, we go to the Usos versus the Hype Bros.
Before we get there, I just want to point this out one more time.
Okay.
Out of all 6 of those women, and this is why I liked it so much, none of them were classified as a weak link.
No, there was no weak link.
There was no week link. Like, usually you get a filler here and there. No weak links.
None.
Okay, now.
So we have the Usos and the Hype Bros in the semifinals for the tag team tournament.
Love the Usos as a heel. Love it. I love every second of it. They're
It
not
took
doing
me-
the splash. They're like making people tap out. They're targeting areas.
It took me a minute with the whole entrance thing to, number one, realize that the Usos were coming out.
Right.
And number two, I feel like they just kind of got out of the car.
Yeah.
With their attire.
Yeah.
Bad
guys don't dress up.
No, they don't, but
You don't like it?
I don't like it.
I
And
love
somebody pointed
I
it
love
out,
it
and I
so
can't
much.
remember who pointed it out as far as, I was watching a lot of stuff today, and I know it was the guys from What Culture, but I don't know who. It might have been Adam in his What Just Happened.
It wasn't. I watched.
No,
It might have been
Roman Reigns! That's what I saw when I looked at the Usos.
Okay. Their entrance, I'm cool with. I don't necessarily mind. I don't know what Uso is who. I'm sorry.
I've never known.
I know that Papa John is the one with the longer goatee, and then Uso is the one with the shorter goatee, and that's the younger brother. I know that. So I want to say that that one's Jay, but neither here nor there. I don't like the fact that one of them is wearing Roman Reigns gear. Like, I don't care for that. But if you're gonna be shirtless and just wear black, I'm cool with that. Like, it's simple, it's easy, ring attire, what the hell ever. Don't put on riot gear style crap that Roman was wearing. God damn it, don't do it. It's a trap. This was one of the matches where I already knew that the Usos were going to win. I feel like that was pretty obvious because I doubt that they were going to put face against. Is he technically a face now? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Hardcore face, like
Yeah.
heavy.
Over.
Okay. Well, he might be like that. I'm just a whatever guy that everybody loves.
No,
Like,
I think he's a face.
okay, cool. So they weren't going to put a face against a face. There's no way in hell that was going to happen. So the Usos had to win. It was just a matter of how they were going to win. And like I was saying earlier, I really like the fact that they changed their finishers now. They're still kick-ass in the ring. They're not boring like they were. And they do like submissions and stuff. And they target body areas and just wreck shop. So I was cool with them winning. I really didn't have much else to take from this match in particular.
No, I didn't either. It was one of those things to where there was no way that the Hype Bros were going to go over. And it was nice to see them have the spotlight. They did put on a couple good moments. But at the end of the day, we knew the Usos were winning. Okay? We'll fast forward, just as since we're talking about tag team, we're going to fast forward to the tag team finals.
Oh my god.
Rhino and Heath Slater versus the Usos.
Can I point something out though real quick?
Sure.
So, watch Rhino and Heath Slater matches. Rhino does nothing really but gore people, and then he's out.
Wrecks them.
Which is good, because when Rhino leaves to be governor of insert state here, or whatever he's running for, mayor, whatever.
Something like that.
He's running for office.
Politician.
Story. Yeah. So whenever he leaves to go do said office position,
Or
it
campaign,
it doesn't leave Heath in the dust, because Heath has been doing a lot of the ring work. That's
Heath can hold his own.
Smart thing.
Now, that being said, knowing that Rhino's going to leave, hold on, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's talk about the match, then we'll talk about the repercussions that could come afterwards.
Right.
So, we have the match, and they start off, and it's all Heath, like you just said.
All Heath.
And Heath is getting just demolished by the Usos. And there's a party that's going, well, yay! Because it means the Heath Slater free agent thing is going to continue.
I love that thing.
That means that one of the best storylines of this draft is going forward. And he can jump to Raw and see what they're going to do over there.
Yeah.
You kind of knew when he stopped appearing on Raw that he was going to win.
Yeah.
And
that's how you could tell.
Yeah,
when
you could tell.
When he lost to Brock, or got the crap beat out of him by Brock, because Brock doesn't give a shit about your kids. At that point, you pretty much knew that once he started reoccurring on SmackDown and not on Raw, he's going to get the contract. I like the way that they did it. It made it look like, okay, well, I'm not even going to try at Raw right now because I want to show my commitment to SmackDown. A, smart booking. It also showed that he's going to put all of his time and effort into winning, B, and the fact that when he first paired with Rhino, everybody was like, the hell? Like, Rhino wasn't drafted.
Rhino beat him for his contract.
He beat him for his contract. And so they're like, this is a little bit weird, but at the end of it, which it was a month build-up, 2 month build-up with the Rhino thing.
Yeah.
Like, moving forward to now, it worked out really, really well. And Heath being on his own whenever that time comes is going to be awesome. He's over with the crowd. It's fantastic.
He's been over with the crowd for a lot of years.
On and off. On and off.
But anytime he'd come on, he got a reaction out of him. Nobody was really ever dead for Heath Slater.
A little bit.
Even during the three-man band thing, he got a little bit of a pop.
Because three-man band was partially over. Partially. And they got with the Outcasts, which wasn't over. But because Heath Slater ran it, and you had the guys arguing amongst themselves, it became a comic thing.
Yeah, so
it helped them get over. And then it disappeared, and so it was Heath by himself again, and he was like, whatever, nobody cares. And now they've revamped him again to where he can be sustainable.
When the Outcasts stopped, that was the draft.
I know.
And for every new storyline, it takes a little bit for people to get behind them.
But it died once Adam Rose got dropped out of it. Like, it died hardcore once he got dropped out of it.
Yeah.
They never talked about it. They had the potential to make it huge with the Bo Rider thing, and they totally didn't, which was stupid, but it's whatever. Bo Rider is the shiz.
We're getting off subject.
Okay. Still got that. Okay.
So,
but anyway.
There wasn't, though, there was a lot of technical parts of the match, but nothing where I went, oh, wow. It was just a good, wholesome tag team match.
It was a good match.
And
good ending, good finish.
The gore spot was great. I don't know which Uso took it, but he took it like a champ.
And they let Heath do the pinning.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And the hot tag from Rhino to Heath at the end, that was the best part. Because Heath was on it, and I'm driving home watching this. I'm driving home from San Antonio watching this. It's on my dash. Please don't do what I did. It's not smart. But I did it. Glance down as I was.
A rebel here.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Right? To glance down as I was, it was really cool to see Heath Slater be the center of attention in a match.
Mm-hmm.
They win.
And it was such a feel-good moment. It
and
was such a feel-good moment.
I don't think I've ever heard a pop like that for Heath Slater, and Rhino for that matter.
Not since the Nexus.
Yeah.
Not since the Nexus did you get a pop like that.
So, They're the tag team champions.
Yep. God, those titles are beautiful too.
Now you bring it up. When Rhino goes, if he wins office,
right?
Do they drop the belts? Does he try this whole one-man tag team champion thing?
Oh my God! I really hope he does a one-man tag team thing, and he's winning the title matches somehow, but he's losing regular matches.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Heath, dude, you got to get another partner. Like, we're not gonna let you just be the sole holder of it. Like, who did it beforehand, where they were just carrying around the titles all the time? Was that Team Hell No? They carried around both titles at one time for like no reason. Like, I'm the tag team. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the tag team champion. They kept like carrying around on their own. Yeah. So they're gonna probably pull something like, Heath, you can't be the champion by yourself, and they'll bring in another name to help him out. And I think that other name will be the cause of him dropping the titles, and then they'll feud, and then there you go. Heath the
Could
set.
be Kurt Hawkins.
Oh God damn it! I hate that. That's so stupid.
Totally kidding. I just want to see
So
you react.
stupid.
Totally kidding.
So fucking stupid.
Because Hawkins debuts this week, and it
For
would be
fuck's
pointless
sake.
for them to drop the titles.
Give it to Ty Dillinger.
No, stop. Get out of here. So, we move on from tag team. We move on from the women. Let's talk about the next match. Dolph Ziggler
Oh,
challenges The Miz for his
MOTN.
Intercontinental Championship.
MOTN match of the night for
Oh.
sure.
Bar none.
For sure.
Beautiful match.
They went the classic traditional Intercontinental Championship route. This is the technical match. This is the workhorse match. This is the match that's supposed to go longer than virtually every other match on the card.
And I think it did.
It went 21 minutes. I think I counted. Like, they started at 6 minutes when I was looking at the line, ended at 27, something like that. But it was overall a great match. Anyone who says that The Miz is not a good wrestler, stop. The Miz
right now. Stop.
carries so well, and the fact that they're leaving the title on The Miz means that they're invested in him, because not only can he potentially be a face for the WWE, which he has been with movies and red carpets and interviews and all that crap, he's a great heel. And the fact that he taunted Daniel Bryan by doing Daniel Bryan stuff,
Oh, yeah.
beautifully done. And it was subtle at first, and then he started doing the yes thing, and everybody's like, "Oh, son of a bitch."
Yeah, I didn't catch
Like,
the first couple ones. It took me a
the
little
triple
bit.
dropkick. I'm like, this motherfucker here, and then the Indian Deathlock. I was like, this motherfucker here, and then he started doing the yes. I'm like, this is a real MVP. I like it.
Did you catch them making fun of CM Punk?
Yes,
I loved it.
Yes.
By the way, this is my glory moment. CM Punk wants to run his mouth, and I was a CM Punk guy. This man right here is a CM Punk guy, so he's gonna cry a little bit.
I'm not.
You might.
Oh, God.
You want to sit there and run your mouth and talk a lot of shit about how UFC's better than WWE? Boy, you went out and got your ass kicked in less time than it took you to walk to the ring. And Dana White said his next match, his next fight, will not be in the UFC.
He doesn't want it to be in the UFC, and I mean, to be fair, people, when you put CM Punk against, and we just diverted the fuck out of here.
Oh, we're gonna bring it back, but
But
it
the
makes
fact
sense.
that you put Mickey Gall, who is an established brown belt, against CM Punk, who is a white belt, it was unfair from the get-go. And anybody who thought that CM Punk was going to win, not taking away from CM Punk, because I like the guy, I like where he went with it. He said, I want to do it, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I will never
And
knock
I have-
him for that.
I have so much respect
that.
for that.
I respect the shit out of that. He got beat. Fuck it. Who the fuck cares? He got beat bad. Jesus, like, AJ told you that she didn't want to see you get punched in the face. What got me in that match real quick, though, is the fact that he got taken down, punched like this, and then Mickey got pissed and just was going to town, and I was like, oh, it's over. His face is going to get fucked, Mickey's going to wreck his shop, and then Mickey did, and it is what it is. It established Mickey as well, like more so than he already was, because Mickey is such a humble dude that people are like, do you feel like disrespected they're putting you up against CM Punk? He's like, nah, man, it's a fight. Like, it's whatever. CM Punk went out there, he fought somebody that's now 3-0. He lost. It is what it is. But, you know, we'll see him again, hopefully with somebody that's more of his skill class, and then if he wants to continue UFC at 37 years old, cool. He'll just build himself up from there and get better, I would hope. Or he'll just keep getting knocked out. We'll see which one happens. Anyway, workhorse match. The Miz wins with Maurice spraying.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I'm not mad at it. He needs that heat. Because if you I realize that if you're a heel but you wrestle incredibly well, consistently, you're going to eventually get over with the crowd in a positive way, and they don't want that for the Miz. Because then they're going to be like, well, now we have to turn the Miz face, and face Miz sucks horribly. I don't like it.
I think if they let...
Johnny Cage Miz is the shit.
I think if they let Miz be himself, which he is doing right now,
Thank God.
but kind of give him a little bit of a face side to it, because he is a nice guy. Like, I follow him on Snapchat, I follow Maurice on Snapchat. Give me something to do during the course of my day, don't judge me.
Mm-hmm.
And I check out their stuff every once in a while when they post stuff on Facebook.
Right.
He's legitimately a chill dude.
Yeah.
Like, so...
like I told you, I've known about Mike the Miz Mizanin for multiple years. Like, I watched him on his Real World show. I watched him on the challenges. I watched him do, like, his training stuff for WWE. I saw him when he first debuted. Like, I followed his career, like, from the start, because he was the first dude on national television to say, yeah, I'm a huge wrestling fan. Like, huge.
Yeah.
As fuck.
Yeah.
And people dogged him out so hardcore for it. He started doing challenges, winning money from said challenges, and used that money to train, to be a wrestler. And now here he is in 2016, a multi-time, 5-time Intercontinental Champion, holding the title for over 140 days right now.
Hall of Famer.
Oh, of course.
Better be.
You can't, with that resume that we always talk about, you can't not put him in the Hall of Fame. It's a matter of when. I think they're going to wait a long time.
Well, yeah.
Which is what it is.
You and I are going to be much, much older by the time he goes in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
He'll be retired by then, for sure.
We'll be telling our kids about it.
Yeah.
So, they do this controversial finish, and which is good. Keeps it heel.
Right.
Keeps it dirty tactic,
Mm-hmm.
and allows you to build on this. Because I love Dolph and The Miz. They've done it before,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been really good. And I think right now, with the way Smackdown is as far as talent goes, and I think they're trying to figure out who can go up against The Miz and it makes sense.
Right.
Because yes, The Miz is just a guy, and he's holding to some people, some wrestling fans that really don't have a clue about the world, just the Intercontinental title. You have to find the right person to put up there to where people are going to be invested enough to watch it and root for the good guy and boo the bad guy. Because that's ultimately, at the end of the day, that's what they want.
The crowd was weird during that match, though. Like,
They really were.
They were really, really weird. And, I mean, I won't take anything away from Dolph. I like that he is legit the measuring stick for a lot of guys. I don't like the fact that he's losing a lot of matches, but to be fair, you can't put a title on him because you don't have a title to put on him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
You want the Miz to say Intercontinental Champion because it keeps it prestigious. You just gave AJ Styles, we'll get to that, the title. So there's really no title for him, but I think that he should be on like a hot streak if he's going to be in the mid-card.
Yeah, but if you put him on too much of a hot streak,
Then he has to
then
win.
you have to put
Right.
a title on him.
Right.
Title on him. I think him losing is the right thing to do right now,
Of course.
because it allows him to bounce around. Because
Right.
he literally went from having a fight for the world title to the next week challenging The Miz for the Intercontinental title, and it was seamless. It wasn't like, all right, why are we doing this? It was seamless, and that's what I liked. I like that Dolph can transition from
Anywhere.
one story to another, and nobody really goes, all right, why are you doing this?
Right.
I like that The Miz can create this story, because he did. Think about it. This all started with the most controversial promo I've seen in recent years. He attacks Daniel Bryan on talking smack verbally after Daniel Bryan calls him a coward. If you haven't seen the clip, pause this video right now.
No. Wait till after we're done.
No. Open up a new page so you can come right back to us when you're done. And watch that promo. watch how passionate The Miz gets. And it really, watching it live like we did, well, I did, I don't know about you.
I watched it after you told me about it.
You felt uncomfortable because you thought it was a shoot. And you thought it was something that, wow, he just went off the handrails right now. So, it built that because the next week, instead of Daniel Bryan coming out, Dolph Ziggler comes out.
Right.
Which makes sense because Dolph Ziggler's not one to back down from a fight.
Mm-hmm.
He's worked hard for everything he's gotten in the WWE. And a lot of people consider him the next Shawn Michaels. Yeah, I know I'm reaching on this one. But Shawn Michaels trained Daniel Bryan.
Right.
So there's that little connection there.
There is, and plus he has the Sweet Chin music that he's been using, and he's been doing like the full setup to Sweet Chin
And
music.
he's been winning.
He's been winning with the super kick.
Which is
So-
good to see for me.
Right.
I love the super kick.
Oh, it's so quick, it's so good.
Now we have to mention it, and I am going to transition away from the Miz Ziggler thing because you and I could talk about that for 2 hours and not be bored.
I get bored after the first hour until we start talking about like previous shit. But go ahead.
Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton.
For fuck's sake.
We have to. God, we have
Okay,
to.
so I listened to Dave Meltzer today.
Oh, did you?
They knew.
I didn't.
They knew that Randy had a concussion, and that Randy was not going to be able to wrestle.
Well, it did hit the wires. It did hit the internet wrestling community. I don't know if you were paying attention yesterday.
It did.
It hit at about 3. I noticed at about 3 o'clock that Randy was not cleared for the fight that night.
But they knew about it. This was well beforehand.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week, they knew he was concussed and he was not going to be cleared to compete. But they advertised the shit anyway. That's what pissed off so many people. And that's fine. That's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah, but to an extent, if I'm booking,
Mhm.
God, I hope I'm booking one day because it'll be so much better than what we've got. But if I'm booking and there is a chance that Randy Orton could potentially go out there and fight Bray Wyatt, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because in the off chance that he's not cleared, as shitty of a backup plan it was still a plan.
Okay.
Had Randy Orton actually been allowed to go out there and do a grueling match with Bray Wyatt, because I felt that's like what it was going to be, then you took the risk of the century.
Right.
But that's what it is. When you're writing a story that involves real people,
Right.
You're taking a risk.
Right.
And I can't sit here and say I wouldn't do the same thing. Would I maybe come up with a better backup plan? Yes.
I'm not even at the backup plan.
But at the same time, I would put all my eggs in the Randy Orton basket because who else do you have?
That's true. And that's, from my understanding, that's why they did it. I'm not mad that they promoted it. I think it's silly, but I get it. They had him injured in the back to play it off. Smart. I'm with it. Bray Wyatt is going to fight Kane. Fine. Whatever. That's fine. Kane is whatever. Why the fuck did Kane win? What rub does this motherfucker here need to do anything? If Bray Wyatt's potentially going to be your future, why the fuck did this dude win? And I get,
Who are you pointing at?
RKO out of nowhere. Oh, man, to pit. You let Kane win? You could put damn near anybody else on that roster in that match and had them pin Bray Wyatt. They would have got a rub to do something great, but you gave them Kane? I was so mad at that one moment because, I'm a Bray Wyatt guy. Like, I love Bray Wyatt, dude. Like, I know he's talented. He's an amateur wrestler. The dude can talk on the microphone with the best of them and can wrestle his balls off like nobody's business. I think it's weird that they don't know at this stage, after all these years, what to do with
How
him.
about that table senton?
Oh my god, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
And then the crowd chants, one more time, one more time.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. Like, Bray is a beast, and I know that you want Randy to attack him, and that's fine, but You should have waited till after the match was done.
And the RKO, I get the whole RKO out of nowhere thing, and I love it. I'm a fan of it. It gets me amped. I don't know why. It's a problem. Send help. But
that's the one
camera shot missed it.
Yeah.
You missed the damn RKO.
Yeah, you missed it, and you just see Randy Orton just slithering out real slow. I would have been okay with everything else that they did for that part of the booking if Bray Wyatt would have won. Because then you gave Bray Wyatt this momentum. Oh, he beat the Demon Kane. Now when he goes to face Randy for realsies, it's going to be ridiculous as fuck. He has no momentum going into the next fight that he's going to go into.
The man's never had momentum.
He did when he was with the Wyatt family, but it wasn't just his momentum. It was a group momentum, which is fine. I don't know if they're setting it up to bring it back to Luke Harper making a return. I don't fucking know. And where the fuck is Eric Rowan been?
Ooh.
Rowan.
Ooh.
Exactly. What the fuck? Jesus. Okay, moving on. What was the next match? Was it the title
We went
match?
straight into the title match.
Yes.
Now, alright, so it's 9 o'clock when the match promo starts.
I was so confused.
And I'm sitting there going,
I was
this
so
is either
confused.
going to be a really, really long match, or something dumb's going to happen, or something amazing's going to happen and extend the match, or give us something more.
None of the above.
And nothing, don't get me wrong, I'm not sour about it at
No.
all.
The match was great.
But you were kind of sitting there going, at about 9:35 when the show goes off the air, what?
I had 25 more minutes.
Yeah.
Shit.
I blocked off mine till 10. What are we doing here? What's going on?
I was just text people. Oh my god.
And
AJ and KO
They
are
put-
champs.
they
AJ
put on
and
a,
KO are champs.
I didn't get a text.
I only text like my friend Kitty because we were watching it.
Okay.
And he went to the bathroom and I'm like, new champ, baby. Like, for fuck's sake. We were watching football too, so.
So it was a great match. A lot of just good, wholesome moments. And we go back to ending sucked. Because ending sucked only because it was fine. You could have had AJ hit the Styles Clash and end the night, and then there'd be no bitching.
Right.
But there are people that are bitching
Because of the level.
because the ref bumped into the low blow and into the Styles Clash.
Okay.
I get it,
Okay.
people.
No. Hold on. Let me see if I can break this down properly. They gave you John Cena versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles on the first time cheats because he wasn't aware to win. It's 1-0. They go into their round 2. He beats John Cena clean to shut up people. 2-0. People are chanting AJ Styles. AJ Styles is the main heel on the Smackdown roster. He is the face that runs this place. If you have him beat Dean Ambrose clean, right now, he was going to fully transition to face, and they were not ready to make Dean Ambrose a heel yet. Now, they could have did the double turn, and that would have been totally fine.
I've been okay with it.
It would have been totally fine. I know
Because
people
they're-
are
they're-
tired of Dean Ambrose being a face.
But it's not that I'm tired of Dean Ambrose being a face. There are a lot of things that come out of that man's mouth, and you're just like, that was heel.
Yeah.
But that,
But he's a face.
what is life?
But I like the fact that he's just like real chill, like real mellow,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he gets hyped up and he goes right back down to being chill. But the moral of the story is that if you had allowed Dean Ambrose to lose clean to AJ Styles would have been a full face in the eyes of the common crowd. And you can't have that. So, you allow the low blow, you allow the ref spot, whatever, you allow him to hit the Styles Clash and pin for the title. What the fuck? No phenomenal elbow? What the fuck? That's smart booking in my mind.
Yes.
Because he's the champion, which is what everybody wanted, let's be real. And not to take anything away from Dean, and I brought this up before, Dean, I love Dean. Like, his promos, I love that. But he just doesn't get me hyped in the ring. And that
No.
rubs me the wrong way.
No.
I don't know if it's the it factor that they're talking about or what, but
I
I love
I
this Dean
mentioned this when
Ambrose.
they
and
were
the-
in the Shield.
well, no, because the last match that he had that I was super hyped, well, last two, was him versus Triple H
Right.
at
Roadblock.
Roadblock. and then him versus Seth Rollins all those times when he helped carry the company for.
But even still, and even then, even the Roadblock match with Triple H, which I actually went back and watched.
I love it
for a couple weeks ago.
I loved it.
Those are a few matches in the grand scheme of things.
Right.
Where, and I mentioned this when Ambrose was in the Shield, I didn't like Ambrose in the Shield.
I liked him.
Because I thought he couldn't wrestle. Because they had him personify this lunatic where he just went out and attacked people. And if they'd have done it almost like they did the Sabu thing in ECW, where Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, they come out and then they roll Dean Ambrose out on like a
wheelbarrow.
Not even a wheelbarrow.
You went like that. I didn't know.
I don't know how you do it, but I don't even know what they're called.
A carpet.
No, they're the stretchers, the standing stretchers.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
But like they did with Sabu,
yeah.
and then just unclip him and let him go.
That would have buried him. That gimmick would have been.
But
dead
that's almost
in the water.
That's almost what it felt like they were doing. To an extent, it's like, all right, doggy, go.
No, okay. This goes back to the whole promo thing because when shit would hit
Promos,
the fan,
I love them.
well, when shit would hit the fan before a match would start, when shit would hit a fan, Dean Ambrose was one that was like hyped. He would get the crowd hyped and shit because he was the one flying off the handle. When it was the Wyatts versus the Shield, he was the one flying off the handle. Nobody else was really flying off the handle.
Yeah.
That's whenever they allowed Roman to shut the fuck up and just wrestle.
Please do that again.
Before I got over here, like, he's talking about, I'm going to beat KO's ass. No reaction. No boo, no cheer, no reaction from the crowd. Like, it was sad. And, like, I like Dean Ambrose, man, but I don't know what it is about him that just does not grab me. Like, when he's in hardcore matches, I'm all about it. It's a hardcore match. But it's like a wrestling match, it blows me away. It doesn't blow me away.
I firmly believe Dean Ambrose is one of the few guys on the roster right now that if you took him out of time and dropped him back in 1997, 1998, 1999, the height of the Attitude Era, the height of the hardcore title,
He would have fitted perfectly.
He would have been beautiful, and he'd be a legend we'd be talking about today.
Yeah, guaranteed.
I think this is the wrong time for Dean Ambrose as the champion.
I won't say that, but
only because
he's only got AJ Styles right now, yeah.
And
well, as a heel, that can toe, yeah.
AJ Styles, their style. Oh God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Their styles clash. I can't come up with something different. I swear to God,
their styles don't mesh well. Could have just said that, but it's okay. But no, I see what you're saying. Like, AJ's a high flyer. He's very, very technical. Like, he wrestles people and can run circles around damn near everybody on the Smackdown roster.
Yep.
I would have loved, in all honesty, to take Dean out of the equation. I would have loved another AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler. Because that match was...
I think them going to AJ Styles so quickly just kind of took away the whole Dolph Ziggler, Dean Ambrose thing.
Which is fine. It's not a big
deal. It is. In retrospect, it's fine, but those first couple moments after SummerSlam, you're like, he's still... What's going on with him?
Yeah. I mean, like, overall, like, I love the finish. I thought it was very, very smart. I do see where you're talking about where their styles kind of don't mesh well, and it kind of makes the match feel a little bit weird, I guess.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like putting a cruiserweight from Cruiserweight Classics against the Big Show. It's going to look like shit any which way you put it, because their styles just aren't going to work well together. But, I mean, overall, it had to happen. AJ won. I'm okay with it. I don't know what this means for Dean, if he's going to get a rematch. I'm assuming he will. There's a lot of directions they can go with it.
They've got a long build for No Mercy.
Yeah.
No Mercy is 4 weeks away.
Yep.
So it's going to be a solid, proper build for whatever they decide to do.
Yep.
I do want to bring up AJ Styles, I think, is one of the first people on recorded history to hold every major title in every major promotion he's been in.
IWGP champion, TNA champion, actually the man of what do they call him? Like the man of TNA or some shit like that. Now he's the face of WWE, the face of TNA, the face of IWGP and New Japan, like
Ring of
the
Honor.
man that ran Ring of Honor. Like he's been
everywhere, and every company he's touched, he's made it just a little bit more better.
Right.
I've been following AJ from the early days of the Asylum, when I didn't even know what I was watching.
Right.
I just happened to turn it on.
Yep.
And there he was. I was like, oh wow, I really like this guy. I remember I liked him and Shark Boy.
Oh,
Those were the guys I liked.
oh jeez.
But and so I kind of silently followed AJ Styles through his career, through his TNA thing, through when he did the whole Sting-esque
Right.
thing in TNA, and
Yeah.
then he went to New Japan. And I never watched any of his New Japan stuff, but I followed him online.
You've never watched any of his New Japan shit?
No.
Go, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, here we go.
No. This is real quick and simple. Go online to YouTube and
This
type
is
in.
YouTube.
For fuck's sake. We're on Facebook too, whatever. Go online, go to YouTube, look up AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
That happened.
Oh my fuck.
That
Oh
happened.
my dude! He is wearing King of Strong Style gear, crown, everything. Oh my god! It was such a great match. It is. If it was not a match of the year candidate, I'm really pissed off. If you want to look at everything, Ring of Honor, New Japan, NXT, CWC, WWE,
TNA.
and TNA, hilarious. And you don't want to put that match in your top 10, something's wrong. Because that match was greatness. Greatness. You can also find, I think, online, Prince Devitt, a.k.a. Finn Balor, versus AJ Styles. So, throwing it out there, do some research. They're great matches.
So overall, Backlash ends on a high note, having AJ Styles win.
I give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for me.
I think I'd do the same. I think
8 out of 10. It would have been 10 out of 10 for a pay-per-view when the goddamn King thing came fucking winning.
no, I wouldn't
fucking reason.
even give it a 10 out of 10 because there were some moments like with the Naomi botch.
I don't mind. Oh, okay, I forgot about that.
There-
Let me just touch base on that real quick.
This is the moment where we're going to bring up botches.
So, I'm gonna flip back up a hair on you, but I missed. Stay right there. I'm gonna do it again. You gotta get a little bit closer, because I can't go any further than this. We're gonna, got you! Okay. But, I feel like at some point...
No match is perfect. No match is perfect.
No, it's not. It's not. So that's why I don't knock it anymore. I understand that it's live.
And if you're Natalia, you're going, okay, I don't want to screw her up because she's hanging onto the ring ropes. You can get hurt.
Yeah.
So you have to let her do her thing for a second. It just looks bad.
Yeah.
Just go up there, shout at her to stop whatever it is she's doing, and just grab her and drop her in the ring.
Yeah. Like,
But
there's a point whenever you're botching, and you could tell you're botching bad, stop going back to the well. Fucking grab her by the hair and say, we're not doing this.
This isn't working no more.
Just pull me
In
out.
the hard way.
Pull me out through the bottom rope, it's fine. And then she lets go, she sits and pulls her out in the bottom of the trunks her. I would have been cool with that. Not 3 attempted hurricanranas over the top. For fuck's sake. Oh
And when
my
she
God.
did do it, it looked so terrible.
It looked horrible. Even so,
it looked like Vladimir Kozlov trying to get out of the ring.
so even if you got it right the first time, it still looked like it was pure shit. What? You went to the well so many... Dude, that was a good 10-15 seconds of just...
But Backlash,
I got you, bitch.
Backlash did really, really well. I think Smackdown is
7 out
going
of 10 now.
Smackdown's going to be the one to beat when Raw comes to us live with Clash of Champions in 2 weeks. Which actually, for Clash of Champions, we will be in our new venue. We'll be recording from somewhere new. We won't have this ugly, ugly backdrop. But, and we have decided, if we can make it work every time, we're going to start doing 3-man panels.
Yeah.
For these breakdowns.
We're going to start introducing new guests because I have some people that actually know some wrestling history that want to give their 2 cents. Cool with that. So, he's cool with it. We're going to see what happens. I think we're going to talk about doing a round table thing as well.
Yeah, we are going to bring up a round table. With this new venue that we have, we're going to have a boardroom kind of feel. So we are going to bring in a roundtable and do different discussions, kind of like what Legends of Wrestling did a couple years ago. What are you doing?
I was doing different sound deals that wrestlers were doing, like the yes and the too sweet and the and then that. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so, but we're going to do these roundtables discussions, and we're going to talk about different things like greatest factions, how did factions impact wrestling,
Certain wrestlers
and different things like that. We're still going to do our superstar spotlights. We are going to start doing just a little bit more, very slowly, but we're going to bring you more content as we progress and as we move forward. I'm hoping to Bob that our SummerSlam review is going to go up right around the same time this one does.
Yeah. It's been a crazy week.
Yeah,
weeks.
With our editing, because we are still both doing full-time jobs, and you're a father, and I don't ever have time, it seems, anymore.
And I just finished or helping out with IBA competition for indoor skydiving, so a lot of my time this past few weeks has gone to that, and that just passed on Saturday, which we made it on the news. And so if you ever want to look at that stuff, we are on YouTube on that as well, Facebook, all that stuff. But that took up a bunch of my time, so now I can actually go back to spending time editing while I'm watching football.
So stay tuned, because Jackson Ritz is going to just take off from here. We both have our independent pages on Facebook. That is Jack's Booty on Facebook. I am Ritz on Facebook. Follow us. We do post a lot of our stuff there as well. We're both on Twitter. Stay tuned, guys, because the best is yet to come. We're going to come to you live 2 weeks away from Clash of Champions. Well, not from Clash of Champions, but right after Clash of Champions.
Yep.
We're going to think of different ways to do live videos as we're watching them.
We might do live Clash of Champions.
That might be a thing. I think we can work that out if you bring your laptop.
Done.
Okay? We'll work that out. We'll go live for it. We'll answer questions. We'll react to things. You'll be able to see what it's like to watch wrestling with us, which I'm told is something else.
I'm loud. I drink a lot. Listen, I have a shirt that says, "Trek yourself before you wreck yourself." I wear stuff like this when I'm drinking, and I get loud. I get real loud. I get real hyped. I tell little kids to shut up when they're not cheering for my team. I get real serious, man. But you know it is.
But that's what's in the future. Expect crazy things from us when the Big Four come around. I am planning something huge for Survivor Series. Just you guys wait. It's going to be nothing short of glorious.
I thought you were going to say phenomenal. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Glorious! Alright. Wow. Ritz, Jax, this has been too sweet. Peace out, everybody.
Deuces.